good until the rest of the day, until the day is over. And it also means that in this case, the price will not be lower for at least 6 months on this exact assortment of crab cakes. It's in 53984. Brand new today, and while you think you may know this exact crab cake, there's a couple of little differences about this one. One of them is size, and we'll get into what the other one is in just a minute, but look at the size, 6 ounces each. You get 8 of them. They're from Egg Harbor that we know here at QVC for their delicious seafood. Your price is $69.84, 4 easy payments, and your shipping is free. So before we talk about auto delivery and everything else, I do need to let you know that 6-ounce crab cake breaks down to $8.73 a piece. And I'm going to invite Brittany Rostelli out, who is part of the family that brings Egg Harbor to QVC. How are you? Which side would you like to stand on?
You know what? I'm going to switch all around because we've got lots of things going on tonight.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome crab cakes. Now, in this case, a larger size than we have seen from you in the past, but this one is a little different than the one in the past. What is different about this one?
So this is our Maryland crab cake, and this is blended with a few different types of crab meat from the crab. So we are using the claw meat, which is incredibly flavorful. And then we have the back fin meat and the special crab meat. So this is giving that flavor profile of nothing but crab
which
in our
we
crab
love.
cake.
And
exactly.
If you're ordering a crab cake, you want to be able to taste the crab.
You do.
But what I love about your Maryland style crab cakes is that the actual recipe, I know you use a little Dijon, whatever your spices are that you're using, is the spice recipe the same in this as the ones we've done in the past?
It is. So we're using our lemon, some herbs, Dijon mustard.
I love that you use the Dijon.
Just a little bit, just to give it a little something. The mayonnaise, and then fresh eggs. So we fold that together in a bowl and put the ingredients together first. And then we take our crab meat and we fold that in gently. And the reason we do that by hand and in small batches is to make sure that it's not shredding the crab meat. We like to keep it as intact as we can.
You know what? You can tell from a mile away whether a crab cake has been done by hand or whether it's been done by a machine. If you've ever seen the hockey puck that you see at the store that is sort of like shapeless and you can't really see any of the meat, it's because a machine has done it and it pulverizes all of that delicate crab meat that deserves recognition for the beautiful ingredient that it is.
Exactly.
And so you have done this or had this done by hand so that we could get all of the texture of that crab meat.
Right. So we're sauteing them for you right now, which we recommend that you defrost them. And then
so thaw them out.
Thaw them out, and then put them in the saute pan for about 4 to 5 minutes on either side.
Oh my gosh.
And that's it. And then you also can do from frozen, which I recommend, 375, 25 to 30 minutes on your sheet pan, and you're done.
That's what I love about it. If you're doing it on the sheet pan, it makes, perfect. It makes it really amazing because then you don't have to worry about flipping it. You just know it's going to come out perfect. But you can do other things with these crab cakes too that I think is fantastic. So you're sort of making little crab cake sandwiches. Not so little, I should say, crab cake sandwiches.
Right. So we have our big game section over here. So we're doing the crab cake sandwiches, and like you said, they're 6 ounces. So they are a great size for a standard size bun. And then right here we have 12 mushroom caps that are stuffed. And I wanted to do this because I wanted you to see that the crab cake is really just the crab meat.
So in this particular, what you've done is you've taken a crab cake and you've just
broke it up,
and then rolled it into a little ball and stuffed it inside your...
And then I baked it.
And then you baked
defrosted it, broke it up, and then baked it. And then since it's 6 ounces, these are 1 ounce pizzas. So 2 crab cakes gave me 12 stuffed mushroom caps.
Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
So easy.
I'm going to say big game again because, you know, just because big game is all about football, it doesn't mean that everything just has to be chips and dip.
Right.
People like something delicious and hearty and awesome. And that's exactly what this is. But that could also be really nice for Valentine's Day.
Definitely. So on this side of the table, which I'm going to take a little walk again, we did a surf and turf. So if there's any guys out there that really want to impress their ladies,
here we go.
You could do this surf and turf.
And that would be perfect with the little 2 ounce Rostelli's medallions.
It's exactly what we're using here. So you have nice 2 plates, the crab cake, the steak, and then whatever vegetable you choose. So
you know
it's just such a nice dish to do.
Beautiful. 300 of these are gone. So this is what I need to remind you of. A 1-day only price. This is the first time we've offered this particular crab cake in a 6-ounce size and with a mix of 3 different types of crab meat. But that crab meat goes all the way through. There is very little binder in this crab cake. As you could see from the stuffed mushrooms that we just showed, that is divine with the eggs Benedict and a little hollandaise sauce. If you've not yet had a breakfast crab cake with an over easy or a poached egg, you haven't quite yet lived, I have to say. It's one of my favorite things in life.
I love the crab cake, the crab cake Benedict. It's one of my favorite things.
It's awesome. And by the way, your price will not be lower for at least 6 months. It will be expiring at the end of the day and 4 easy payments. So if you would like to lock this into auto delivery, you will get all 8 of these huge 6-ounce Maryland-style crab cakes every 4 months for 1 full year, and you can have your easy pay locked in as well, because you know what? That's going to be disappearing at the end of the day as well. If you don't have as much of a hearty appetite, feel free to share. If you cut it in half, you still have a 3-ounce portion that you can share the plate with something else.
Absolutely. And then these are frozen at the peak of their freshness. Excuse me. So they again are handcrafted. Blast frozen, individually packaged, so they come to you exactly like this.
Why is that important that it's individually packaged?
Because if it's just you and your sweetie and you only want to pop open 2 of them, you're not opening up an entire case of crab cakes
that
now
is
you
exposed
don't.
to air.
Exactly. So if you want to have all 8 of them, if you're using them for the big game or entertainment of any kind, just pop them open. Again, I really recommend going $3.75 on the baking sheet just because it's so easy.
And
you
don't
know
have to do
what?
anything. Over 500 of these are now spoken for, so I do need to let you know that if you want to do crab cakes and you love the idea of a Maryland-style crab cake, but I'm going to be honest with you. There are times that I've gone out because I love a good crab cake, and that's one of those things that I like to try at a variety of different restaurants to see how they're doing it. When you get one that is not good, where they have over-seasoned it to compensate for the lack of decent crab meat, it is so disappointing. You leave feeling like it's over-seasoned and the back of your throat is burning. This has Maryland-style seasoning, so it is going to have a little bit of that kick, but you don't have that back of the throat burning. And also, that hint of Dijon that you put in here raises the bar, I think, on the flavor profile. It's not like all you taste is mustard, not at all. You probably wouldn't even realize it's in there.
No.
But if you are aware, it sort of binds the whole thing with this delicious full flavor.
Exactly. It's just something that we're using to bind it together. And we really wanted to, again, showcase that in the stuffed mushroom caps, because we're showing that it really is just the crab and some seasoning that we're putting together there for you.
Yeah, look at that. So in this case, because again, the crab meat goes all the way through, so it's not like you have a bunch of filler or breadcrumbs or something on the inside. You could fill, how many did you say you filled here?
So this is 2 crab cakes, so this is 12 of them. I did 1-ounce portions with each of those.
Which is delicious.
And we talk a lot about going out to dinner, you and I, and you know, like you said, often you get disappointed if you're in a restaurant that isn't showcasing something that is all crab meat.
And not only that, how much did you just spend on that crab cake that you were kind of disappointed in when you went to that restaurant? And how big was it? Was it 3 or 4 ounces, or was it 6 ounces?
Right.
6-ounce crab cakes for $8.73 a piece, but only until the end of the day. So M53984 is your item number. And I can tell you again, it's how many are gone? 700 of these are now gone.
Right.
It is crab meat all the way through. But for those that weren't here earlier, you do 2 different types of crab cakes. This is the first time that we're seeing this one. What type of crab meat are you using in this one?
So this one is going to be a blend of our really flavorful claw meat, the back fin meat, and then the special crab meat. But the bindings are still the same. So we have a little bit of mayonnaise, some fresh egg, lemon, some herbs, the Dijon mustard, and just a tiny bit of breadcrumbs. They're folded together first. Then we add the crab meat to eliminate breakage.
Right.
So that you don't have a ton of the shredding. It's still going to happen, but you don't want you want to avoid that.
It's a very delicate situation, and now over 700 of these, like I mentioned, are gone. Stay where you are if you want them, because that price is going away along with the easy pay. At the end of the day, $69.84 and 4 easy pays that you can lock into auto delivery every 4 months for 1 year. So nice to see you.
You too, Sharon. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And by the way, I think I might need a new IFB because Jerome is sounding a little underwater to me.